How's it going, guys, and welcome back to BL3's Forgotten, the series where I take a look at underused and not often talked about pieces of gear to determine whether or not they deserve to be remembered within the modern meta of the game or should be left behind and forgotten. And today we are taking a look at the Iceburger. If you'd like to farm the Iceburger for yourself, there's a couple different methods that you can go about doing it. As a part of the Cartels event, it is able to drop directly from Joey Ultraviolet, but it is also able to drop from two of the underbosses, those being Roaster and the Tenderizer. You can go about farming these either by running through the Cartels event itself, or my personal favorite is by going to the Scrap Trap nest with the event enabled. This allows you to very easily kill a large amount of enemies, which allows you to summon in a lot of the Cartel beacons, which can spawn the Tenderizer and Roaster. While this is a less direct method, it does allow you to farm with no loading screens, as you can just walk out to this ledge, wait for the Scrampies to despawn, and then you can walk back in and it will all reset for you. The Iceburger is a legendary Hyperion shotgun, which is locked to incendiary damage and is unable to roll with any splash anointments. When fired, it shoots a beam of incendiary damage, and with every ammo consumed after the first, it launches burgers that have an arcing trajectory and explode on impact to deal cryo splash damage. When a burger impacts an enemy, it will create two additional burgers shooting out from the left and the right. The Iceburger has seen a single buff of 75% weapon damage, and unfortunately, this gun fucking sucks. The damage is sad, the mag size is sad, it's just kinda awkward. I like burgers, but this gun just makes me sad. But let's get into specifics here, because while the damage is kinda bad, it's not terrible, and it can actually kill, even including at True Guardian Takedown, which was definitely quite the surprise to me. But it really wasn't anything spectacular, and when you're dealing with a gun as weird as this one, I kinda want something spectacular. The laser beam damage was where it was kind of alright, but the burger damage actually felt pretty damn good at times. The biggest problem was how awkward it was to actually access those burgers, and the weird ranges that this gun requires you to play at. It has a straight shooting laser beam that gives you the incentive to play at a longer range, but these arcing burgers where you kinda have to actually be close, otherwise if you're too far away, you need to arc your gun to hit the burgers. But if you arc your gun to hit the burgers, you're not gonna hit the laser beam. So you have to play at this really weird middle ground that kinda feels a little counterintuitive. But on top of that, it has a pretty decent fire rate with a pretty small mag size. So you have to reload a hell of a lot, and the first shot doesn't even give you a burger. So you're reloading, you have to fire an ammo, and then you have to wait for your first burger, when the burgers are what make this gun good. But here's the thing, even against just the trashiest of trash mobs, it'll work fine, but the gun itself still isn't fun. The damage isn't even necessarily the problem, the biggest issue is the gun itself. This gun has so much going on, it feels like they just threw darts at a board to pick what the fuck it did along with its stats. And probably the manufacturer, because why is this gun Hyperion? What about this gun tells you that it needs to be a Hyperion? It's a laser beam, it doesn't even get the reverse recoil. This gun is a complete fucking mess with absolutely no solid idea behind it. Simply to make this gun actually worthwhile, I think they should have just removed the laser beam. Scrap the laser beam idea, just make it a burger shotgun. If you just pulled the trigger and got a burger, like the same damage, same everything, this gun would be so much better because it would actually make sense. You wouldn't have this incentive to play around awkward ranges, you wouldn't have to wait to actually get damage out of this gun, you wouldn't have to waste your ammo to get damage out of this gun. You would simply be able to point, click, do damage, like any other gun that actually works and makes sense. And then, get this, it makes sense being a Hyperion in that situation too, because you actually could get the reverse recoil. You could get better accuracy if you fired longer instead of your only incentive to fire longer being it absolutely fucking forced upon you. But you wanna know the absolute kicker, the absolutely most infuriating thing about this gun? Bring her out! Moze makes this absolute piece of fucking shit feel like an absolute godsend. And trust me, this isn't like other Moze-only guns where it's just kinda trash on other characters and usable on her. No, this thing feels like it was fucking crafted for her by the gods themselves. All that random bullshit, it comes together and makes perfect fucking sense on Moze, and it makes me irrationally angry. Awkward range that you have to play out, it's actually the perfect range for Moze not to kill herself. Dogshit mag size with too high of a fire rate, Moze can both lower the fire rate and increase the mag size to a point where with proper ammo management, you don't ever have to reload. Exploding burgers that deal cryo damage? Moze has limited access to other elements and loves splash damage. The fucking laser beam? Short fuse spam. It's fucking insane. I don't know how the fuck this gun can feel like such a complete fucking mess of bullshit, random fucking ideas, and then Mose takes it, and it just, it makes sense. It suddenly is completely understandable. I refuse to believe this was intentional. There's no way someone can look at this gun and be like, yeah, this is gonna work. So yeah, I mean, in short, I'm pretty confident in saying this is the single weirdest gun in the game, and it shouldn't work, and it doesn't work for the most part. On 75% of the characters, there is no point to ever pick up the Iceburger. On Mose, though, you disgusting little cretins, enjoy shooting your fucking burgers, you sick and twisted bastards. That's gonna about do it for this one, though. I hope you guys enjoyed my complete fucking collapse of mental faculties. If you did, definitely consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe, all that. Down in the description will be a link to my Twitch channel where I'll be live right after this video goes up, and below that will be a link to my Discord server where you can come and join and hang out. But with that all being said, I hope to see you guys in the next one.